Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Agave Talk, your number one source for everything agave. We appreciate you being here with us today. Today, we are checking out Ojo De Tigre. Yes, the Eye of the Tiger. This is mezcal, and not only any type of mezcal, right? Today, we're really going to be breaking down and focusing on what this word right here means. Artesanal, right? Mezcal Artesenal. You're going to learn a little bit today. So you notice it's not our regular set. I actually am here in Lima. You guys know we're in Lima, Peru now. And I brought a bottle of mezcal over to a friend's house. So coming to check this out again, you know, agave spirits are few and far between here in Peru. So I have some Ojo De Tigre. I'm a fan of the brand. I had this bottle with me and got this on my last trip to Cancun. I actually bought this while I was in Cancun, just kind of walking around, stopped at a store there. They had it for a great price. So I bought this. Always a huge fan of Ojo De Tigre. Even the little like 375 milliliter bottles, they still have this funky like flip top, like the old milk kind of bottles, right? Super cool. Always repurpose this bottle. You can use this so much because of this top. I love it. Shout out to Ojo De Tigre because of that, all right? So this label on the front, we're gonna spend some time on. So let's just take a look at the back. Again, this bottle showcase. That's pretty much it, right? That's pretty much it for the bottle. Just some regulatory things on the back. A little bit of a story up here. Again, that word artisanal is going to be pretty important right now, all right? So taking a look at this bottle, right, there's a lot of information on this front label. So you will notice right here some of these regulatory stickers. This one is here is because we bought it physically in Mexico. This one is because they are registered with the CRM. So if you're a fan of tequila, the CRT, like the regulatory for tequila, well, guess what? There's a CRM, the regulatory for mezcal. And what's really why I'm kind of focusing on that, again, is because of this word. So if you ever pick up a bottle of mezcal, it's either going to say mezcal, mezcal artesanal, or it's going to say mezcal ancestral, right? So ancestry kind of really mezcal, artisanal, artist type of mezcal, and then mezcal just regular, right? So those three categories, there are a reason they're on there. It's all in the preparation. So before we get into that, just to bring this a little bit closer, love mezcal because a lot do offer some more information than just regular tequilas. You're kind of seeing tequilas, a few brands starting to kind of hop on that train, right? And give a little bit more information like the category, class. But here, and kind of where it's cooked, the distillation process, but here we will see breaking it down, okay? So category, Mezcal Artesenal, right? Clase, Reposado. This is a Reposado. Variety and maguey, right? So the magueys are from Oaxaca, Puebla. The variety is Espadín and Tobalá. This is an actual blend of Espadín and Tobalá. They cooked it in a stone pit, cónico de piedra, a stone pit, kind of like that underground oven, right? The distillation is in a copper still, alambique de cobre, a copper still. This is clocking in at 37%, and it is a 750 milliliter bottle. So going back now that we got all of that information out of the way, going back to Mezcal Artesanal, right? So because of this designation, there are certain rules they have to follow. So like Mezcal Artesanal, or Ancestral, they all have different rules they have to follow to be able to be labeled this. So kind of think of it as, you know, the lowest quality is just going to be Mezcal, right? A step up is going to be Mezcal Artesanal, which is what this is. And then the highest quality with the most traditional type of methods from way back in the day is going to be Mezcal Ancestral. So with the Artesanal, its preparation must comply with the following. So cooking. They must cook the maguey heads in earthen pits or brick clay ovens. So they do, if you Google just this word, the Spanish words, Cónico de piedra, right? That stone oven, you'll see what that looks like. It's physically just like a big giant stone pit underground. They throw the agaves in, they layer it with some earth and things like that to cover it up, and they smoke it. That's where you're getting some of that smoky flavor. The milling has to be with a hand mallet, a tahona, or they can actually still use mills, right? So they can use that mechanical mill to kind of separate the fibers, but also too hand mallets or tahonas. Fermentation has to be done in pits, tanks of stone, earth, tree trunk, masonry, like no stainless steel fermentation here. The stainless steel fermentation is saved for mezcal, that lowest quality. As you start going up in quality, you're going to have a bit more of traditional kind of practices and methods. So those fermentations in the pits or tanks, stone, earth, wood, tree trunk, concrete, earthen tanks, things like that, which is kind of cool. Distillation has to be in copper alambique pot stills, right? So the alambique de cobre, those copper stills. They can even do it in stills made of clay or wood with clay, but that's really, you're really not seeing that when you're in Oaxaca, especially making, mezcal and stuff like that. It's usually those copper pot stills is what you're really going to be looking for. And it's kind of cool, right? So again, there's just, as you're getting into the world of mezcal, we want you to really start looking for that label, because again, that's where it's going to tell you, hey, just different processes, a little bit more labor intensive, a little bit more attention to details, right? Again, mezcal is just kind of like mass production. The artesanal is then a little bit step up, and then that ancestral, that's really where you're getting like some hands-on kind of stuff, right? So, hey man, we appreciate you being here with us. We are about to open this bad boy up and of course give you the smell, give you the taste, and we appreciate you being here with us. So I have not opened this yet at all. I am about to do that, and then we will pour this out. Taking off the plastic. This is, again, just kind of this top. We pull it up from here, right? Which I just did. And then that top on the top just kind of flaps off. While I pour it out, you're not going to be able to see it on camera. My apologies, because it might pour out. But let's get this in the cup. If you have not done so already, please hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk. All right. So let's put this back on. And again, oh, that's not closing 100%. Let me be very careful with this. So yeah, it's not closing 100%. It's kind of sticking up, and I don't want it to pop off and all that fly off. But again, you just kind of lift that up and it comes out. All right. So you guys know I am not here. I said it when the video began, at the original studio. So a friend of mine had these cups, and it kind of reminded me of the traditional copita de mezcal, right? With the cross on the bottom. So I said, you know what? Let me use this and let's check that out. So checking this out, very, very, very golden in color. I know I don't have my Riedel glasses to really show the legs and tiers. I don't want that to fall out. You can see it there. It's kind of sticking, but it's kind of running, right? Let me get that in zoom. It's sticking, but it's running at the same time. But it's definitely, you can see it kind of running off, but really slow drips, really golden in color. I've read it sits in oak barrels for 5 months. So this is a 5-month repo, right? But yeah, overall, really, really dark in color. For 5 months, I'd wonder the char on that. Let's take a smell. Oh yeah, so this is an ensemble of Espadín y Tobalá, right? So it's a blend, Espadín, Tobalá. I could not find the exact percentage of it. Is it, 80-20? Is it 90-10? Is it 70-30? Usually, mezcal is just made from Espadín, so it grows really fast. It's easily cultivated. Espadín, majority of mezcal you are going to get is going to be of the Espadín maguey, right? Agave Espadín. Once you start seeing other species of agave, of magueyes, right? Tobala, arroqueños, quiche, biquiche, things like that, you're really going to start seeing also an increase in price because a lot of these, rare agave species like Tobala, they grow wild, they grow on cliff sides. It takes 20, 25 years for them to grow. So it's going to be a lot more labor intensive and it's going to be a lot more pricey. So what's kind of cool always, I love, when brands mix different maguey species because it's kind of like Willy Wonka and a everlasting gobstopper, right? You just get so many different flavors. Like we just did a video, I believe it was 4 really, really, really rare agave species. Penca Larga, Coyote, Espadín, y Biquiche, right? Those 3 outside of the Espadín, those 3 species are really rare, and to have them all in one bottle, again, it's just the flavors are overwhelming. So as I take a smell of this, it is smoky right off the bat. I love my mezcals. Oh yeah, my mezcal is smoky, right? So you are getting a lot of smoke, but it's not like overwhelming, definitely complimentary. You're getting the Espadín, but the Tobala's in there as well. And it's a nice balance, so it doesn't, definitely a nice balance. I am getting more Espadín than the Tobala, but, oh, that's some good smelling stuff. Definitely smoky, kind of mineral as well. You're getting some mineral on there. Earthy. Again, it being that artesanal, it has to be cooked underground, those stone pits. That's what they're doing here. The oven, the stone pit oven. So you are getting that mineral kind of smell as well, which is really nice. And you're getting those earthy tones, which I truly love. Definitely some pepper on there. Smoke, wood, like a campfire. Definitely like a campfire. Even like some green pepper as well. It's like vegetal, right? But overall, man, the smell on this, very well balanced. Let's take a sip. Oh, man. So this is 37%. Even with a lot of mezcal, the higher the proof, it just really goes down easy. But this right here, being at 37%, it's really, really, really not a lot of alcohol on the mouth. So when people say, oh, it's smooth or it burns, right? That's a lot of that ethanol, that alcohol hitting your face. That 37%, it's kind of mellowed a little bit. So you're not getting, an intense flavor of alcohol. No, as soon as this enters the mouth, everything you smell in the cup is absolutely what you are tasting. You're getting that oak, you're getting that wood, and some mesquite slightly as well, but a little bit more oaky. Pepper, veggies, minerals, right? That Espadín, but it has the Tobala on the end. That's what I'm getting. And man, overall, it goes down really easy. What's curious though about this, because again, I did purchase this in Mexico, which it is then also lower proof. Commonly, it's going to be under 40%. I don't remember in the States what the ABV on it is. Minimum maybe 40, possibly even 42. I don't know off the top of my head, right? But while I'm drinking this, you're getting a blast of flavor in the face for sure. But it's kind of watery on the end. And I want to believe it has to do with that 37%. Let me take another sip. So yeah, again, you are getting some great flavors, but then as I'm talking, the smoke is kind of sticking around, the wood is kind of sticking around, but mouthfeel wise, it's just kind of watery. It's not like really coating of the mouth. It's not really sticky in the mouth. It's not really like, it doesn't stick around. Like it's just now, as I'm talking, just kind of flavors of smoke and the Espadín and Tobala and some of the mineral that's left over. But it's just kind of like a real flat kind of taste per se. If you ever had like a soda that was sitting around for a while, you know, it's you got the carbonation gone, you drink it, it's just kind of flat. Same thing with like a beer or something. That's kind of how this tastes at the very end. As soon as it enters the mouth, it's like, wow, flavor explosion, right? But right there, that's it. It just kind of goes away, the mouthfeel, but you are still getting some of those flavors left over, like I said, of the wood for sure, and some of that smoke. I hope that makes sense. Overall, Ojo de Tigre, anything I've ever tried from them, super, super, super cool. Always keep a bottle of this at the house, especially their Joven as well. But overall, man, no, this is something you can't go wrong with. If you ever find a bottle of this, especially if you are newer to Mezcal, definitely check it out because you're getting a little bit of that flavor of the Tobala for not the Tobala price, right? So overall, cool. Ojo de Tigre, salud, cheers, everyone else. We appreciate you being here, right? If you have not done so already, please hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk. All right. Thank you again and take care.